How's it going, everybody? So I'm back at another movie review. This time around, I'll be talking about the Illumination Studios version of The Grinch. I'm sure most of you are well aware who Illumination Studios are. They're the people who brought us the famous Minions, from Despicable Me, their own films, and also The Secret Life of Pets. So when they said they were going to do a Grinch movie, I was a little bit skeptical just because I felt like that would be a weird choice for them to take just because it's the Grinch. And we've already got two famous, or infamous, however you want to look at it, interpretations of the Grinch, because you got the famous one from 1966 starring Boris Karloff, and you also got surprisingly, it's 18 years ago now, the How to Grinch Stole Christmas version with Jim Carrey. So, love or hate it, I actually didn't hate the Jim Carrey one too much. I mean, it's definitely not aged well, but it's okay for what it was. But even still, I didn't know if they were going to, 18 years has passed, they're going to make another version of The Grinch, this time's animated, of course. But without further ado, let's get into my thoughts. Shocking anyway to me, at least, I actually really enjoyed this film. Of course, if you've seen any of the two interpretations or read the book, you know that the plot's pretty much the exact same. The Grinch hates Christmas, so he's going to plot and steal Christmas from the Who's from Whoville. That stuff's the same, the basic structure, but they do enough different and do their own thing that I commend them for, that it still feels fresh and new. So I commend them for actually not just sticking right with everything that we've seen before, and we go a little bit off in a little bit new direction, seeing some new things with this film. I think part of what surprised me is just how funny this film truly was, because of course the Jim Carrey version was really funny and very memeable just because it was Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey, but you never really know Benedict Cumberbatch because he can actually be pretty funny. But I was really impressed just by how overall funny this movie was, because not all the jokes land for me. There are some that cater more to the younger audience that I think was a little bit overly silly for me in taste, but a lot of little kids will probably end up enjoying it. Especially this part with a goat, which actually I found is funny as well. There's a goat in this film. I'm not going to spoil anything that has to do with the goat, but he shockingly did actually make me laugh a few times just because of the unexpected nature of his humor. But not even just him, but the Grinch does a great job. Cindy Lou Max, who might be my favorite character in this other than the Grinch, the dog, I really loved him. And just like the townspeople, one of them is played by Kenan Thompson. I forget his name off the top of my head. But Kenan Thompson's in this in a little small kind of cameo kind of role. And he was really funny as well. This film just had a lot of really good humor that adults and kids could enjoy. Not all of them land for me as an adult, but a lot of it did. Of course, when you follow in the footsteps of Boris Karloff and Jim Carrey, both very well-known, famous actors, I think Benedict Cumberbatch was perfect casting. He didn't really try to emulate either of them. He kind of just tried to do his own thing, which I think is the right direction you want to go in these kind of movies, because you don't want to try and rehash or try and recreate the magic of either of those two interpretations. But I really liked it. I may be biased because I'm a really big Benedict Cumberbatch fan, but even still, I think his performance was really good. And it's definitely, I don't know where I'd rank it as far as the other two performances, but I still think all three of them gave solid performances as the Grinch. Benedict Cumberbatch isn't the only well-known voice talent in this. Like I said, we got Kenan Thompson as well. Angela Lansbury plays the mayor, who is a very small role. It's one of those blink and you miss it kind of roles just because it wasn't very large at all. But Rashida Jones also is in this as Cindy Lou Who's mother, who I think she was actually not that bad. She doesn't really do too much, but it wasn't bad at all either. But I really love the actress that played Cindy Lou Who. I thought she was really adorable in this. I wish she got to interact more with the Grinch, because she doesn't really get as much as you've seen in other interpretations, but she has her own little group of friends, and they have little funny little adventures throughout the film. They interact with the Grinch eventually, but still, I love that character. She was cute and adorable and everything you'd expect from a Cindy Lou Who. I think I was most surprised by in the cast Pharrell Williams being the narrator in this. He's no Boris Karloff or Anthony Hopkins, but he was serviceable enough. I didn't dislike his narration at all. It was very standard narration you'd expect. He wasn't bad. It was a narration. There's really not too much narration in this movie anyways, but he was fine with what he was given. Overall, though, I think this is a fun enough film for the entire family to enjoy around the holiday season. I don't think it's ever going to top the 1966 original that we saw starring Boris Karloff, but it's still a good enough version that it's good for modern audiences to check out if they don't want to check out that or the version from 18 years ago starring Jim Carrey. I do recommend checking out all of them. There are little variations in between all of them, which gives them their own little space and time that you can check them out and enjoy them for the time period that they were made in. But this is a good enough modern interpretation of the Grinch. I definitely recommend checking it out. If you're going to check it out, a movie around the holiday season, definitely check this out over the Nutcracker, which I really didn't enjoy all that much. But those are just my thoughts on the Grinch. Leave a comment in the comment section down below what you thought of the film when you check it out, or if you plan on checking it out, which version of the Grinch do you enjoy the most. Let me know either way. But if you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all my movie reviews, trailer reactions, unboxings, and more. But until next time, I'll see you guys later.